All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Desert Skies podcast. This is December 10th, 2020, and our first guest is Todd. Can you introduce yourself and then tell us one thing about you that you're super proud about? And then I will give my perspective on the guy that Todd is.
All right. Happy to be here. I'm so excited to be like the start of like something crazy.
Yeah, dude.
It's going to take off, I can tell.
For sure.
I guess like the thing that I'm most proud of, I don't even know. I haven't really done much yet, to be honest. I'm just like...
Right, you got a lot of life to live.
Yeah, I plan to do much. I guess that I'm just proud of like my grades right now, I guess.
Okay, that's
which
good.
Which is like a super freaking lame answer. I was thinking about on the
No.
ride over.
No,
like, what
sick.
a stupid answer. But
No, that works, bro. That totally
Yeah.
works. I think that's a big deal, for sure. Academics.
Yeah.
I will say, my perspective on Todd is he's like a super hard worker. Consistently, like always has this killer mindset that I just never really... I found like with any other people, and so for me to hear it from Todd and like see this guy always get after it. We ran cross country, which is not the most cutthroat sport by any means. You would agree, right? Like,
yeah.
Definitely not the most cutthroat sport, but it's definitely fun. But we got into this kind of like fighting match, you know, me and him just like pushing each other consistently over the season. And even though I wasn't as fast as Todd, and this dude is blazing. I mean, wait till I ask him about his 5K, man. But it's crazy. But yeah, he just has an unchallenged mindset, and then he also has unchallenged work ethic, because no matter how hard how hard the workout is or how bad it hurts, he's just consistent and always shows up. So.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, without further ado, this is the podcast, and this is Todd. So, yeah.
What's that, dude?
Yeah, so one question I had, and it's like a really big question, and kind of the reason that I wanted to bring you on here is, what has living in one place like done to you, you know, and living here in Utah just like overall just been for you?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I'm not trying to say like it has messed me up, but like, I feel like I haven't really experienced like a lot of stuff. I feel like I don't know how to make friends really well, you know?
Oh, you think so?
I've had like my same friends for like a while. I make new friends every now and then, but like, I feel like because I haven't moved and like been forced to make a ton of new friends,
right,
it's kind of messed me up a little.
Do you feel like you get out of your comfort zone with that much though? Because I feel like I mean I've seen you talk to people you don't even know at all, you know, and it's like you seem pretty good and fluent with it. So I wouldn't imagine that's like a big issue. But do you feel like you get out of your comfort zone with that very much?
Well, I don't know, cause like when I'm cool with like talking to people when like I'm next to people who I already know, but like if there's a bunch of people that already know each other and I'm trying to talk to them, there's like no way. I turn into like an introvert.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I don't wish that I had moved sometime, because that sounds like trash, having to leave all your friends and crap.
Yeah.
But
maybe.
Because like being forced to make new friends out of nothing.
Yeah.
That's gotta be something that's really beneficial for like future crap, you know.
Right. So to give listeners perspective, I am an Army brat, and so I moved 12 times in my lifetime. The reason that I'm asking is because I don't have the same perspective that a lot of people who have stayed in the same state have. And the reason that I'm interviewing Todd about it is because he's probably one of the most interesting people that I met who has lived in their same state consistently. And so I met plenty of, you know, Army brats who are like really interesting. But when I meet somebody who's like just from one place, but they're still like really cool, I'm like, oh, that's an X factor that makes them different. And so that's why I'm interviewing you right now. And for me, like, I understand what you're saying 100%, because the first time that I remember moving was when I moved from actually like here in Utah to Texas, and I was like, oh, this is weird, you know, like I don't really know what to expect. And then I had to go and make friends, and it was like the slowest process ever. Like I had to go and learn how to do that. And then by this move, when I moved from Washington to Utah again, insane. Like I'm just cracked, you know. I'm making
friends. Yeah, it was quick.
Now.
I remember the first time you came to cross country, like that was the first time I met you. That first day, and like we were just like, who the freak is this guy? Because you were like running one for like us top group.
Yeah.
And
yeah, bro, that was fun.
We were like already friends by the end of the day.
For real, yeah. I know
like
my mentality with, especially like coming into a new sport or a sport and then just being new, you know, I was like, I have to assert myself, and especially let these guys know who I am. I'm always going to work really hard, so I want them to know that. And I know it's a warm-up, but my dad told me right before, he was like, just be up there with them as long as you can and do everything that you can to be, like, showing them who you are, you know? That's all you got to do to, like, put yourself in that position. So yeah, like, that's what I did. But, dude, what do you feel blessed that you've only lived in one place, or do you want to leave? Like, what makes you, I guess that's the question. Like, do you want to leave?
I don't know. Like, living somewhere else, like I said before, that would be super tough to, like, have to drop everything, like my friends and family, and just make all new friends. But I definitely wish I got to travel more, because my parents, like, just don't really, there's not, like, the travel people.
Yeah.
And,
Well, do they have a reason, though? Like, the family's in the state, right?
Yeah, for the
Mostly.
most part.
Yeah.
Well, my mom has like 10 sisters, so we literally got family all over
Okay,
the
yeah,
world.
good point. Yeah.
But most like my grandparents are in here, and like half my cousins.
Right.
So there's not really like a good reason to leave. We went to California like just last summer, and that was sick. And like
Right.
when I get old, well, not like old, but like when I get out of college,
Yeah, right.
before I like settle down and do any of that crap, I just want to travel
Okay.
for like a long time because I just want to
sure.
see like everything.
No, I definitely like I recommend it.
Yeah.
Try
Going
to
to Australia next summer.
Dude,
It's gonna be sick.
Actually?
Yeah.
Wait, why is that? Why are you going to Australia?
Just for fun. I was talking to my dad like last summer, and I'm like, I've never left the country. It's kind of lame.
Right.
And I was like, all right, fine, let's go somewhere then. Like,
Dude, you kidding?
Really?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we're going to Australia. Hopefully, see some kangaroos.
Dude, that's sick.
I
That's
heard that
sick.
down there, seeing kangaroos like seeing a deer here.
Dude,
It's like that freaking regular.
that's awesome.
That'd be insane.
Bro, you gotta tell me about that when you do that.
Got you,
for
bro.
sure.
And
So,
like, yeah, it's gonna be sick because I feel like people know my dad more than they know me because he's like a teacher at the school.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Bro, so it's weird how many times this happened to me where I will meet someone new and they'll be like, hey, I'm Todd. I'm like, oh, who? I don't think we met before. I'm like, oh, Mr. Handy's son. Oh, Mr. Handy.
Dude, nice. Yeah.
Bro,
I bet that's
weird.
Not.
Why does my dad know more chicks than me?
Oh,
that is not fair.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Nice. Yeah.
That's okay though,
bro.
I accept it. It's okay.
I mean, yeah. I mean, your dad's cool. You know, I met your dad. He's pretty sick.
He just knows everyone because he's an English teacher.
Right. I mean,
so
it's
not my fault.
He's not their friend either. You know what I'm saying?
He
He's
controls their grades.
teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta be cool with you guys. You know.
Dude, my English teacher is freaking. She doesn't believe in the moon landing.
Oh, for real? Wait, who do you have?
A Turner.
Dude.
She didn't say she doesn't believe in the moon landing, but she says that she watched a documentary and now she's not convinced either way.
Bro. I can't even. I'm not even gonna comment on that, bro. That's crazy, man.
What are you talking about?
It definitely. Oh my gosh, bro! It definitely happened. Elon Musk is not out here just
capping.
We're making $1 million, rockets or whatever. Just cause we launch them into the dome. Whatever.
The dome, yeah.
Yeah.
It freaking pisses me off, and just people are just dumb. Why don't you just not be dumb? Is that okay? We just not be freaking retarded.
Oh my gosh, dude!
She also believes in astrological science, and
actually, a lot of people do.
I know a lot of people do, but like I can't even begin to understand.
I mean,
like how can you think that like when a star is right there, I'm angry, right? But a star's over there,
I'm not angry.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that can affect your behavior, but like it's cool if you do. Like I'm not trying to like
for sure
judge people, but like I just don't understand it.
My problem with that is like they believe that it changes like your luck or like what's gonna happen.
Facts.
And I'm like, what changes your luck is like little things that you do every single day. You know, which is like totally true because everything that you do like comes together to like form your reality, right? And so, like obviously it's based in fact, but I don't think like because the sun is gonna align with the so and so that I'm gonna be pissed off. I think it's cool to like explore and kind of like, but also like read any other astrological sign and their description, and then just be like that could apply to anybody.
Yeah, that's one of my big problems, and most of it is just like narcissistic, just reinforcement.
For sure.
Like most of it's just good stuff, so people get behind this astrological stuff because it makes them think
feel
that
good. Yeah.
They're doing good.
Right.
And another one of my big issues is like. With like Christianity and like a bunch of religion and crap, we like can point to like Jesus as the person who makes the rules. But like with astrological stuff, who do they point to?
The stars.
Who do they point to like who decided what means what?
Yeah, that's
like who was the first person to talk about this stuff?
Well, and it dates back to like Native Americans, which I mean, to be fair, like some of the Native American tribes had a really skewed vision on things.
Yeah.
Like Aztecs were like cutting dudes' balls off and rolling them down temple stairs, but
I think we should get that back in.
Yeah.
Like it was a good
we should
way.
do that at the high school. Yeah. Like if you fail a class, snip your balls.
People would fail class less often, I bet.
I don't think they really would. Honestly.
Here's a question though. Like I've been thinking of this a lot. Like how much would you bleed if your balls got cut off? Because is there really like
oh my gosh, bro! You would definitely a lot.
No, would you really though? Because I don't think there's like a ton of. Is there really like a ton of blood in your ball sack?
Yes.
Really?
It's the fluid is like partially blood.
Yeah, but partially. Like it's not like there's a constant current going through there, is there?
Yes. The circulatory system definitely goes through your nuts, bro.
Are we sure though?
Yes.
Okay,
bro. Have you taken biology?
I took biology last year.
You're kidding! You actually took biology already, and you're saying this?
No, but
I can't even,
we didn't,
bro.
And then biology, we didn't talk about if your balls got cut off, what would happen.
Dude, All right.
I'm just saying that we don't know. Okay, there's too much unknown.
I feel like, I'll like find a testimony of somebody who's got their. Yeah.
Got their nut.
I'm not even. No, I don't want to do that. Actually,
I don't want to hear about what it's like.
I don't. Okay.
It could be fun though.
Jeez, it's the first 10 minutes of the podcast and we're already off the rails.
We're already talking about nutsacks. That's what you get when you invite Todd on the podcast, my guy.
I think that's good.
This is your fault.
It is my fault. Yeah. Yeah. So, just to bring things back to a more normal set of
I feel like we're talking about normal things, but whatever.
All right. Yeah.
Whatever, man.
So, my question to you is like, if you could choose anywhere else that you've been to live, where would you choose?
Like that I've already been, or can I just choose someone that I haven't?
Anywhere that you've already been, because I want you to like have experienced some of
the
that.
Tetons.
The Tetons?
I would kill myself to freaking just live in the Tetons all the time.
For real?
Dude, it's so nice up there, and just there's no people.
Oh yeah.
And like Sunset Lake is one of the places in the Tetons. If I just put a cabin there and just live the rest of my life and just not see another person,
that's what you're into?
That would be awesome.
Are you introverted then?
No, I'm not. I feel like I'm really down with both.
Okay, so like more ambiverted then?
Yeah, Yeah, I'm so cool with like just talking to people, and like I love being on the basketball team for that reason, especially just because being on a team is sick.
Right.
But I'm also cool just chilling in my room by myself for like days on end.
Yeah, I mean that's
when I got Corona, like it wasn't even a big deal.
Really?
I was just chilling for like 2 weeks, and I just beat Mario Kart.
How was like initial quarantine for you? Because I had a hard time. Like I'm introverted to a large degree, and so I don't really talk. Like I'm a good talker because we moved so much, and so I present as like really extroverted, but I have skills, really good skills. Mm-hmm. And then when I go home, I'm like, I need time. I need like
to freaking relax.
Yeah, bro. Like, and
unwind.
So my question is like, then is that what you want? Like, what would you choose to not see people? Like, or how was quarantine for you then in the beginning? Like,
yeah, I don't know, bro. Quarantine, it was like it's so surreal for the first, cause like
kidding, bro.
It was when like Corona like wasn't like super widespread yet. So when I got the text from my mom that I had it, it was like, what the freak is going on?
Right.
It was crazy, and then like. It kind of like set in like reality, and the thing that pissed me off the most was I was gonna miss like a ton of cross country.
Yeah.
Which is like made me really mad because this is like in the heat of the season.
Right.
And I feel like once what I lost from cross country, I didn't gain back because then I kept getting passed by people.
I think so for anybody that doesn't know, Todd got sick, like real sick. He ran one race with Corona before he knew that he had it.
Which, by the way, that was bad.
It was like probably his worst race all season. In
I'm
terms
like
of
talking about like for like the virus spread. I had coronavirus and I ran in a race with the entire region there.
Yeah.
Bruh, I mean, I didn't. Okay, I thought it was a cold though. In my defense, I didn't mean to do this.
And it totally seemed like a cold. Like he didn't have a lot of the symptoms hadn't shown up yet, and so he was just tired. We didn't realize, and so he runs this race, and then we find out later. Oh, okay. So Todd actually got it too, and so I'm quarantined because I was exposed to it. I actually got it from another buddy of ours, Dallin James, who
infected the entire school, bro.
He did. He's the guy that gave Todd it, actually.
Yeah,
But Don, he's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Nothing against Don.
Nothing against Dallin, but my guy infected the school. He did. He was the first.
I think he got 10 cases.
Just off of him.
Just from him.
And pretty much like I bet half the people who get it from the school like trace it back to Dallin.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but. Anyway, to continue, so Todd had that race, and then he had to get quarantined, and then I don't know what the situation with your parents was, but I don't think they were letting you run, right? They were.
Well, I couldn't. Like I was, my lungs were so.
They were shot. They were shot, and so he gets back, and this dude is trashed. I mean, like he
had Soldier Hollow the very next day.
Right, and so he goes and runs Soldier Hollow. The worst race in probably the nation. Yeah, I would argue the nation.
It's literally ranked number 2 of like the worst course in the whole freaking nation, which is crazy.
I would argue it's arguable to be number 1 as well.
Facts.
And so
sucks.
He goes and runs the hardest race in the state, most likely. And then and then this dude, he has to make up all this ground. And so we have me, him, Dallin, and Easton, and Easton's one of this exceptional sophomore. We'll get onto that in a second.
Easton is good, bro.
This goated sophomore, right? And so we all come back from quarantine, and we just have to work double time to get back. But Todd especially, because he got real sick with Corona. Because me and Don, it was the first 3 days that weren't so bad, but I think you experienced it for about a week. You'd say?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he had a hard time of it, a hard go for sure, and it was actually really bad on his season and everything. And so it was disappointing to like have him come back from that, but all season he had to work like double time to get people like reel him back in. He had to pass What did you come back as? Like, what number in varsity did you come back as?
I came back at it was at
Five?
region.
Were you
I
five?
ran at region. I was number 5.
He was 5.
Yeah,
And
which sucks.
to give you some perspective, he started at 1
I
before
started
he
at 1.
left.
Yeah,
And so
it sucked, man.
yeah, and so these guys that didn't get sick, and I'm not gonna say anything about that, but they didn't get sick. They did really well. They actually put in some really good work while we were gone, from what I heard. But we get back, and so Todd's working to get above all these guys, and this is why I'm like, he has the best work ethic, is because he came in just like killer, and he's like going after everybody. Like every time that we have speed work or hills, he's working so hard. Like this dude is, I mean, he's going crazy. You know, he's trying to get ahead of everybody. Tell me about what that mentality was for you, because I know for me coming back, it was like I have to show everybody again, and then do double just to get back to where they were.
Like my like mentality I bring to it is kind of like why not just be the best?
Yeah.
I just keep telling, whenever I get like depressed or like I don't feel like I want to
yeah.
do it, I just think like I just say to myself, I refuse not to be great. Like
Right. That's
I can't.
sick, dude.
I just don't want. I don't want to die.
Dude, I want that on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
I refuse not to be great. That's so cool.
Because I don't want to be one of those people that you die. Well, you have children and then grandchildren, but once you die and your grandchildren die,
They forget that.
no one ever says your name again.
Dude.
And I just don't want that to happen to me.
Honestly.
I just like, this kind of sound like freaking cheesy, but like I just want people to like remember me for like a long time.
Dude, stay cheesy, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, stay cheesy. Like for real. It's people are like, that's one form of dream killing, is they'll be like, oh, that's cheesy, or that's like unrealistic.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah, it's unrealistic. It's not. That's not the point. Being realistic is not the goal of life. You only live one life.
Facts.
As far as we know, you only live one life, right? So, I mean, quick recommendation. Check out not Joe Rogan. What's his name? David Goggins. This guy is insane.
Oh, bro, he's crazy.
He's more than crazy. He's outside of his body. Just the mentality that he has. He described exactly what you're describing, kind of, and he said, your life is like a super soaking wet rag, right? When you're born, you have all this potential, and then over your life, you know, every accomplishment that you make, you're wringing out a little bit of water, and you've accomplished that. You never want to end your life with tons of water left in the rag. You would want to, if you could be completely dry from that rag, that's the point. So you want to squeeze out everything that you can out of life, and that's what he said. And so I think you totally like emulated that with what you did when coming back from everything.
Yeah.
Tell me like, how long did it take you to kind of feel like physically at least like you were back to where you were before you left?
Honestly, like I think I'm just barely been coming around. Like
Just now?
Well, like yeah, in the last couple of weeks is when I've started feeling back at 100%.
Yeah.
Like even like after cross country season, like before basketball season,
Right.
I was trying to put in some track work just to like keep up my speed.
Right.
And I ran a mile time trial, and it was my first time I broke 5.
Right.
And my lungs hurt for like a week after that.
Yeah.
It was crazy, and that's why coronavirus just sucks so much, especially for athletes. Like, I didn't even like lose my taste or smell or something, but it just wrecked my lungs, and it just wrecked it for so long, and it's pissed me off so bad.
Right. So for a little perspective on this too, he put in the same amount of work, actually more work than most of the guys on the team. For the most part, you know, there was a couple of select varsity guys, and then me and Easton, who were kind of working hard to get back to where we were. But you know, he's putting in all this work, and he really just got hit hard with everything. Now, despite that, at Soldier Hollow, what was your ending time? What did you come in at?
I don't remember. I think I was like the 42nd guy in.
42nd? Okay.
I don't know. Which sounds dumb. Which sounds like not good. But like,
it's the entire state.
Yeah, this
right?
is in 6A.
6A state. Yeah.
Which is
and
like,
so, I mean, and here's the thing too. Like, you ran consistently good races for a very long time. You were always consistent, which is the point. Like,
yeah.
That's great. I think there's probably only 2 people more consistent than you, and that was Caleb and Camden.
Yeah,
also,
Caleb and Camden didn't miss. They were
some really great runners.
They're pretty good.
A lot of natural skill, and then a ton of work. So that they had that working for them. But yeah, so let's talk about Easton for a second, because I kind of want to give him a little shout out. I know he's gonna hear this. So
he's a legend.
Easton, man, this guy. I mean, I've never seen a young guy, like a sophomore like that, work so freaking hard. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. We both come back, and we'd been messaging over quarantine, like, bro, we gotta get back to this. We gotta get hit hard, you know. And so, I don't think he didn't get COVID. He never actually got COVID.
He just got quarantined, right?
Yeah, he just got quarantined because of exposure. And so, me and him, we get back, and we're like killing every single workout. We're like putting on extra miles. If we can do it, we can, you know, we're gonna do it. And so we're killing each other. And then basically what we did was we were like, we kind of talked to, I think we talked to Dallin and you, and we kind of just like had these conversations after practice every time, like, you know, we just gotta put in double time every time. And that's kind of where my reputation on the team kind of started to build up as what it became. And then for Easton, that's where I gained all the respect for this guy, because he changed my season, he changed my athletic career, and then he changed my perspective, therefore changing my life. You know, he's like a brother to me now. Same with most of the guys on the team. You know, namely Dallin, you, Easton, and then Caleb was exceptional as well. And you know, for that to happen, and then to see you coming from that, that's just like what's formed my perspective on you. And so, like, for anybody that doesn't know Todd, you know, just look at his actions in that one season, and we'll know right there. So
yeah, that's why I love cross country, bro. It's a great sport.
It is a great sport. I mean, I prefer a more like head-on attacking type sport.
Yeah,
like
I can tell.
That's more.
It's just who you are. It's okay.
Yeah. I'm aggressive when it comes to that stuff. I definitely struggle with that passive type of like stuff during the season, but it taught me so much about like about patience and just like, you know, oh, you're running, just show them through your actions individually. Like, you won't affect anybody else unless you do something like crazy yourself.
The problem with running is like you have to build over so long. And if you build too much, if you like with like some sports, you can just go all out and like you can get a lot better like that. But like you can put hours in the gym for basketball and you'll get better. But if you run too much, then you'll just break yourself.
Right. So let me ask you: did you take any breaks after cross country? You took like a week off, right?
Yeah. So I had the state race, and then the next Tuesday I did a mile time trial. Right. Just because like we were all super fit, and I just wanted to break 5 just if I could. And then I had 4 days. Before basketball started,
dude.
But like no, it was good 4 days because like I was feeling all the stress injuries from cross country, like in all my joints and shiz. But then after the 4 days I got to go with basketball. Yeah, the sucky thing is though, like with basketball, I haven't been able to run like as much.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
Because like I'm trying to hit like 30 miles a week still.
I saw you yesterday in the gym though. You were sprinting around. You know, you still look good.
Yeah. It's different. Like
of course, yeah.
I need to keep up my long distance stuff.
For sure.
Because Caleb beat me like on almost every race.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought, oh, I need to get better at short distance stuff. That's why he's beating me because I'm better long distance than him. But then I crapped on him in the mile time trial by like 7 seconds.
Right.
So I just need to get better at long distance stuff. It's
for sure.
Too much into the specifics of running. Like
I mean, obviously that's not interesting to everybody here, but like for sure. I think so just that one thing, like what's your ultimate goal coming out of this, you know, basketball season into this track season? What do you want to do?
So I'm just trying to connect my fitness from track to cross country through basketball. I just want to like maintain it.
Awesome. And
I just want to hopefully build on it. And with basketball, super sick because like gives me a ton of fast twitch muscles.
Okay.
Just with the cutting and stuff, which will help me. And then if I can just tack on some long distance onto that and just come swinging in the track season, that'd be sick.
Dude, yeah, for sure.
Go low 430s. That's my goal for this track season for sure.
No doubt this is going to be a breakout season for a lot of guys, but especially me and you. Just the work that we've been doing has been very track specific, or you know, like explosive specific stuff.
Consistent.
But yeah, like it should be good.
I'm excited, dude.
Yeah. So to change tracks a little bit, I want to ask you, what's your like view on this whole COVID thing, like the situation that we're in right now, and you can be. I want you to be candid as possible. Okay. So like, share your thoughts.
It sucks, man, but I feel like everyone has gotten so polarized.
Yeah.
People are spending way too much time online now and just picking fights.
For sure.
Where they don't have any business fighting. I feel like my policy with like almost all things like political is just everyone just do their own thing and just everyone else just shut up.
Right.
Because how about we just relax?
Yeah.
Like, just let them do what they want to do and you do what you want to do. And if you both just shut up to each other, then no one's going to have an issue.
Well, and I think what you're saying too is if you're not hurting anybody, what's the issue?
Yeah. And there are people do a ton of stuff that I don't agree with all the time, but like,
right, you're not gonna go in there and like affect it. You're not gonna be
it's
like,
not my problem, bro.
Exactly.
Let's just shut up for 3 seconds. Holy crap,
dude. my thing is, and this is funny. We talked about this all season after we got COVID. We were like, that was bad, but you know we're younger, so we didn't experience like what it really could have been. Mm-hmm. But also like, you know how there's like the conspiracy that like, oh, it's planted and everything. Well, I definitely don't believe that. But what I do believe is that the government took an opportunity, and so when the actual like whole thing, the pandemic started, you know, they took the opportunity and they were like, you know what, let's take this and run, and let's expose them to a ton of like polarizing media in this year that is an election year, and then let's take everything and like double that. And so we did a ton of outrageous stuff. They're exposing people to tons of fake information or really polarizing information, making it seem like you have to be this way or that. And then when the whole George Floyd situation, which rest in peace George Floyd, it was absolutely ridiculous the way that it got polarized. There is no question that that was an atrocity. No question that that was the wrong thing that happened. But it's not a Democratic or Republican issue. It's a human issue.
Yeah.
And when it got turned to those sides, that's when we lost control of the issue. And then, the reason that the riots even happened is because it got polarized. And because people were sick of it. People were sick of it.
That's true.
I mean, I want to comment on that too. I'm sick of it. And obviously, like, we both come from a position of like extreme privilege in that sense.
Facts.
I live in a house, with well, I mean, we're recording right now on a laptop and a microphone, and I haven't been subject to any racist stuff, or not anything that I know of. And so for me to like see that, and then just see that it gets polarized and take all the meaning out of the protests and like everything, it was just like so bad for me. And so for this whole situation, like my perspective shifted from go at it defensively to go into it with an open mind, understand that they're not mad at you, they're mad at the situation, and then be part of the change,
Facts, dude. I think keeping an open mind when arguing is like the most essential thing. Like
Especially
arguments should just be
they're fact based.
Are a negotiation. It's not like a fight.
Right.
That's why I just hate these political debates so much, bro.
Because it turns into more of like a relationship type fight where it's like all emotions.
And nothing happens. And people just get so stuck in their own views, and then just no one actually thinks.
Right.
It's so dumb. Holy crap. I think Socrates once said like I'm gonna butcher this freaking quote.
Yeah.
It's like something like the sign of like a truly thoughtful mind is to be able to entertain an idea without believing in it.
Yes, that's exactly, dude. Just think about that. Think about that.
Can everyone just like relax?
Well, yeah, and I mean like my whole thing with this is like there are ways to go about like bringing on change without hurting anybody, and there's also ways that like you need to attack it, but I think we got lost in that. And like that's the reason that you're seeing all these people, especially like younger people on the internet, posting like social justice things. Like today I was on Instagram and I was swiping through somebody's story, and so I see like, oh, rest in peace so and so, and then it was like the next slide was like something completely unrelated, like some weird music thing, and it was like you can it's not impactful like that. Like you putting something on your story is so different from just like actually changing your mindset and like doing research into it. And that's what's happening is like people think that it's all a display, and there are definitely, like, don't get me wrong, there are definitely people who are going in, changing their mindset, looking at things from a different perspective, really doing some soul searching so that they can be part of a change. But then there's a huge majority, in my opinion, of people who are just thinking that they're doing something by being like,
posting a black picture on their story.
Right, and it's like,
do you remember when everyone was posting black squares on their Instagram?
And I believed in that because
I support
of solidarity.
That. That's sick, but like, how
it has to be for the right reasons.
How is that helping?
It has to be for the right reasons, for sure.
Yeah.
And it,
I don't know.
I don't know if it helped. I can't say from like my perspective that I felt like united from that. I actually felt more separated.
Mm-hmm. But like on the flip side, like when the NBA like they boycotted one of their games for Jacob Black.
That was incredible.
Like that was sick because
that was
like
the right
before
move,
then I didn't even know who Jacob Black was, but because the NBA did it and like I play basketball in connection, and I learned about it. When that's like the kind of stuff that we need, just bringing attention to that kind of stuff.
In an organization where it's mostly black people, they're fighting from their position because these guys are making millions, and they're fighting
of money.
They are fighting from their position of empowerment as black individuals, a lot of them, and then they're using their status now to like inflict change, and that's something that like that was truly humbling for me to see. And I was like, this issue is bigger than just like, it's bigger than the NBA, NFL, whatever you want to say. It's a human issue that we need to approach from that position. And so with all that race stuff that happened, and is still happening in this year, I think that's the part where we got lost and things went like really chaotic because, it's really hard with COVID to say what's fact and what's not because there's so much new research. It's a very, there's not a ton of research out on it right now. There's
so much unknowns.
Exactly. And so for that issue to come out, but then, racial stuff, there's a clear and this is gonna sound weird, but a black and white with it. Literally. But literally.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. It's a good way to put it.
But there's a right and there's a wrong when it comes to race and
racism is bad.
Racism, yeah, 100%. That is 100%. Like that message is 100% endorsed by this podcast. Racism is wrong.
We don't like racism, guys.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Also respect
racist.
women.
Yeah, respect most women. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about that. It's like no.
WNBA.
Sick. What an amazing organization.
Quality incredible. Basketball.
Hey, I won't say anything. They could probably cross me up.
I would get dropped by them.
For sure. Yeah. No. Respect to any professional athletes. Honestly.
If you can make money playing a sport, that is the place to be, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. So. But yeah, with all that stuff happening this year, right.
A little tangent.
Let's move on. No, but like everything that happening this year, this is crazy stuff.
Facts.
And we got directly like, if we wouldn't have got COVID, I think I would be like completely different now with my perspective on it.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was hospitalized, so I believe in the dangerous power of COVID and everything. But also like, how many lives are gonna be ruined by like government mandates that are saying that we have to stay inside? I think
what are your thoughts on like the mask stuff and like?
So for the most part, if there's a chance that they work, we should wear them, regardless of whether they actually work or not. Still a subject of debate, but I think everybody should wear them just for it's a solidarity thing partially, and then also just like an intelligence thing. Like if there's a chance that this will actually prevent the spread,
then why not do it?
Exactly.
It's not that big of an inconvenience. Just do it.
Yeah, and so that's part of it, and then also like, but another thing that I believe about it too is like, look at the statistics in Japan, and I was just introduced to this. I don't have it pulled up or anything, but the number of suicides in Japan actually
I saw that
the number of COVID deaths, and I'm
Which
like, how many lives have to be lost by government mandates, and things function differently over in Japan, but here in the United States, the government has no right constitutionally to tell us to stay inside.
Yeah, that's fair.
And of course, like, you can argue one way or the other that they may actually have that right, like, it's a public safety thing, but in my opinion, if you're old, stay home. If you can, if you're at risk, do all that you can to be not exposed. But people who
if you're not, then
then let's live life normally. And initially, like, I was like, oh, herd immunity, but then I realized how many people would actually die. And
Jaron is a huge proponent of that.
Yeah, a proponent of herd immunity. But looking at the statistics, it's not the best thing. I know that there's been a huge loss of human life, and that's something that I can't like focus on enough. If there's a chance that I can lower the lives that are being lost to this,
why not do it?
Right.
It's just like it's a layup of an answer. Like
exactly, yeah.
It's just something easy that we can just do.
Right.
Maybe save people.
Now the less easy topic to approach is are we gonna cancel sports and other things?
That sucks.
And that's something that I don't actually believe in, because at least high school and professional sports, these guys are young, incredibly fit. Their bodies are most of their bodies are really capable of fighting off this infection, and not infection but just disease, right? And everything, and so it's like the virus, it's dangerous, and I wouldn't, some people don't even know that they're at risk in some huge ways, but don't cancel, professional league seasons or, high school seasons, especially when, like, put this into perspective. In most places, you only get 4 years. Here in Utah, you only get 3 years of high school.
Yeah.
And, I lost my track season last year.
Same.
And it was the first year that my dad was going to be a coach. It was the last year that I was living in Washington, and it was the first year that I felt capable of running competitive times.
Crazy times.
Yeah, and so when that happened,
that sucked.
It sucked, like, for real. And I've heard that from every athlete that lost their season. But I can't express enough how big of a loss that actually was for us, as athletes. It's for people who don't care as much.
It doesn't seem like a big deal to them.
And I understand the reasons. Like, we didn't know enough back then to have realized what we could have done. But at the same time, like, a part of me is never gonna
forgive
them, and also I'm never getting that back.
That's true, dude.
I'm a senior, right? And so
you don't even get like another.
I don't get another go at it. This is my last one, and this is actually my first legit track season after that one would have been. So, it's that's the part where it's like it hurts my soul, man, that so many people lost that, and that almost equates to like the loss of a life for me, because
Yeah.
the sports has the ability to like change people's lives for the better, um, and that's something that's like insane to me, you know, and so for us to lose that was like a really big deal. Again, I'm not ever gonna walk in somewhere that asks you to wear a mask without one.
Yeah, it's just like
I'm not gonna put up a fight with
thing
that.
of respect.
There's
Just do it.
exactly right, and if it again, like I said, if it has the chance of helping out and really being something that we should do, then like why not do it? But yeah, that's my take on it. It sounds like you agree. You know,
Yeah.
I think
And like, I feel like if you cancel sports, like so many people only try in school so they are eligible to play in their sport. And I know like half the people on the basketball team would be failing school if they didn't play basketball.
right.
So if you cancel these sports, you just de-incentivize learning for them.
For sure.
Which
That's
is-
a really good point.
yeah.
That's a really good point. So, I mean, yeah, that's a huge point. Think about that too. Like, I think the government, you know, is still struggling for control. And right now, like, with the whole thing about like, oh, you know, there's fraud and everything with the election.
Yeah, how about
I'm not-
everyone just shut the freak up?
What I'm gonna
Please
say,
relax.
what I'm gonna say right now is like polarizing. I didn't want Joe to win. I didn't particularly want Trump to win, but I supported Trump for one reason. He increased military wages, and my dad was in the military, and so to see that direct change be made was really important to me. But I didn't like him as a person. I don't endorse a ton of his ideas, and I think that he's actually human garbage in a ton of ways.
Oh, jeez.
That's my opinion. But then I don't like Joe. I don't. He doesn't do anything that he said he was gonna do. He still has yet to prove that in his presidency. But my perspective on everything initially and like starting off from all of this was like, you know what? He's the president now, and I'm not gonna go another 4 years hating somebody who I don't need to. I'm gonna try to look at the good side and then also fight against things that he's doing. But here's the thing: like he chose the first woman to be, you know, his vice president, right? He's putting a ton of people in charge that the public has been asking to be put in charge, and a lot of people would charge him with being a people pleaser, but that's essentially your job as the president
presidential job
is to
Yeah.
better the country, and if the people are asking for things and you give it to them, that's your job. And so that's my whole thing. Like do not hate where you don't have to. Actually, you don't ever have to
Yeah.
hate anything, honestly.
And like, if you don't like him, then what are you gonna do? Are you gonna
Right.
What are you personally gonna do? It serves you only to hurt if you just hate people.
Exactly.
Especially like the president. What the freak are you gonna do to change it, bruh?
Right. And
Just
dude,
take it.
I mean, you brought up Seneca. I'm going to bring up Marcus Aurelius then. He talked about this in terms of anxiety, but it's true for this as well. He said, when you worry about things that are external, that's when your anxiety takes control, and that's when depression takes control. When you think and worry about things that are internal and only and understand that's the only thing you can change, then that's when real change occurs, and that's when you're able to like change other things. Think about that, especially in the argument of like politics. It's so polarized, but like you said, like first off, what are you gonna do? Second, if you are gonna do something, do it in a way that's not going to affect you like poorly on the other end. You know, getting on Twitter and saying like I hate the president, screw the president, screw this, re-elect Donald Trump. Like the fight's over.
Yeah, it's been lost, bruh.
You're sore loser. You know, that's what all of these guys who are driving around with their Trump flags still out are just a bunch of sore losers. Yeah. And again, I have no issue.
It's cool to respect Trump. It's cool.
I have no issue if you like support him. I'm actually in like support of. I'm gonna just support the president. That's kind of my view on everything. But why would you like?
Especially for people who can't vote.
Right.
Your
Exactly.
opinion literally doesn't matter.
Exactly, and I think like the thing is like you don't have to keep it to yourself, and that's not what I'm saying at all. Use your free speech for sure. But don't do it in a way that's like hurting other people, and that comes back all the way back full circle around to what you were saying is like we need to chill out with each other.
Facts.
Like think about I hate social media a lot of the time. I love social media for the connection, and I love it for like the media because you know like you're watching funny videos or something. But when you get down to it, like it's a truly toxic place, an addicting toxic place.
Yeah.
So something it's like a drug, man. It is a drug, basically.
Literally, it just makes dopamine in your brain, and you're like, oh, more of that, please.
Yes, please. I mean, dude, but you know, I'm not ever gonna sit here and say like oh, it's the worst thing ever. There are plenty.
Yeah, we also have it. We also like. I feel like everyone who's on TikTok and like and Instagram and Snapchat's like, yeah, this stuff sucks, but like I still have it. I'm still gonna do it.
Well, and I mean, like I heard somebody talking about this the other day. I was listening to another podcast. It was the Joe Rogan podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking about at this point, is it somewhat unavoidable to not have it? Like, are you actually going to be able to like get rid of it legitimately? And I'm like, that's a huge question. Like, the world functions so highly off of these things, actually. Like, so many things are connected to social media. Even school nowadays is connected to social media. I mean, like, they have photography classes that require you to start a social media page on Instagram. And, like, you need to learn better behaviors than to just, like, straight up quit it, you know? Like, learn when to stop. Learn how to limit yourself. Learn how to,
self-control. Like, that'd be a good exercise.
Yeah, right. And so, but yeah, like, to bring this around to the whole political and racial thing, there is real change and real power in social media. There's real change and power in the way that people think and our voices. When you really break it down and look at it, it's just a matter of like, are you gonna be an ally to these people? Are you gonna be an ally to the people that need a voice? Are you gonna use your place of privilege and your ability to better the world, and spread your voice? Or are you gonna be on the side of hate, post on the internet anonymously, or even just as yourself, and just say things that are hateful and meant for destruction? Or are you going to build up the betterment? Are you going to better people? Are you a proponent of the betterment of the people rather than the destruction? And I
know
think
that's a really big thing for you, just like humans instead of two different sides. We're all just one side of the same coin.
Well, and you have to be. I mean, I think that should be everybody's perspective, and of course that's easier said than done.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Like I don't know. Like, it's super hard to get down to that. But I think one thing, and I really want to talk about this, we're at 41 minutes, by the way. One thing that I want to say is just, like, our generations, me and yours, and, like, everybody else's, from us down, we are at the point where we're sick of dealing and picking up our parents' mess and their parents' mess, and we are putting our foot down. And I think the last generation that really is like putting stupid stuff out there is really millennials. Yeah. But then at the same time, they're making the changes. They're being meaningfully changed. They're changing everything. I think I don't know if Elon is actually a millennial. I think he actually qualifies. He may be just over the
I get what you mean.
But look at it. Like, we're moving forward. These are old issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, the new generations, the people that we are, like, look at this. Look at us right now. Like, back then, who would have thought, right? I mean,
who would have thought?
Not me. but like, honestly, like, we are sitting down here, talking to each other, having a candid discussion about things that are important as high schoolers, And I think that's just a mark in the change that has happened over these generations. Is we are sick and tired of seeing division, and we're going back and we're understanding the words that were said by George Washington, which is like the parties are going to be the death of us.
Yeah, the funniest thing is that they read George Washington's last speech in front of Congress every year, and they just listen to none of it.
Right.
That's freaking hilarious.
I mean, I swear, it's like, it's so dumb, bro. But yeah, like, we're here now, we're talking about this stuff, and we're understanding, like, we will be the change, right? And I think that's just the perspective that our whole generation has. So yeah, and I mean, again, I just want to state this, like, this podcast isn't meant to be your go-to for any political
because we don't know what we're talking about for the most part. We are retarded.
Okay. But we're not we are not your trusted news source. We are not your trusted emotional guidance or understanding.
I actually am. I'm a licensed therapist, so.
Oh yeah, listen to Todd. Yeah. But I will say it again. We are not your news source. We are not your emotional therapy. This is not anything like that. What it is just two guys having a good conversation and trying to just get their message out there. And
we went from talking about the bleedage of balls to
right,
political debates real quick.
And I think I also want to say this, like, too. We're not trying to be profound in any way, shape, or form.
We're not.
Like, this is a stupid podcast, honestly. Children. It's a good podcast. It's meant for fun. We don't think we're more important than we are, but what we understand is we have a voice. I have a laptop and a mic, and that makes us, we have the ability to do this. And I'm doing this for fun. The only reason that I want you guys to listen is to enjoy me and Todd talking about cutting somebody's balls off, or or talking about political stuff. And if you agree with us, great. If you disagree, you feel free to let me know in a respectful way.
Yeah, I don't care, by the way,
Also,
if you disagree with me.
But and the thing is, actually, and we just talked about this, we actually do care, because what we mean is, we will listen if it is, and try to interpret and understand.
Yeah.
And at that point, we will change our beliefs if it is something that we actually come to understand. But if it's something that we disagree on, we will not be disrespectful to anybody like that.
We're intellectuals. What can I say?
Yeah.
Freaking smart.
So smart. But like I'm saying, we don't find ourselves as any authorities.
Yeah.
So
please don't commit any crimes because of us.
Please, no.
Actually.
No, don't.
Okay.
Don't. 100%.
Right. Maybe.
Depends. Honestly, depends. So to get back to one, a fun question, and we'll kind of switch gears again here. So what's one memory that you have from this past year with this 2020 experience that you don't think you would have got without COVID, without the election year? What do you love about this year, and what are you not sad about?
Whoa. That's a lot of things.
It's a loaded question for sure.
I guess people are just so motivated to do stuff because when coronavirus started going crazy, and everyone just took that 3 months of just being depressed and not doing anything, and people are just recovering from that now.
Right.
I think it's really sick that people are super motivated to get rolling.
Yes.
And that's it's gonna create waves. It's gonna be epic.
I would say I am happy about the way that the culture has changed around media. We're definitely consuming a lot more of it, but the understanding of overload has been so.
Yeah, because we got overloaded by it when we all.
We
all were depressed 4 months ago.
No, there's no doubt. I got overloaded by it 100%. I had to go and take hikes and leave my house for hours at a time just to recoup and everything.
Yeah, this world's crazy.
But I will say I agree with you, dude. There's been a massive societal change in the way that we understand our purpose in life. Dude, I think so many people had a meaningful crisis during that time of what am I doing? I don't miss going to work. I'm happier at home. I'm happier being locked in my house during a pandemic where I can't see anybody else than when I was free.
Yeah.
That's insane to me. And I think I experienced the same thing. I was my life is my life. I'm going to live it the way that I want to. And, what that means is going and exercising, understanding and reading things that are meaningful, studying, things and ideas that I believe in. That's why I'm pretty well versed in certain aspects of stoicism, or just
stoicism is sick.
It's pretty cool in a lot of ways. I wouldn't say that it's the best thing.
Yeah, isn't that just the control of one's own impulses?
Yes, and then also everything in moderation too.
Yeah.
So it's
PewDiePie talked about that.
Yeah, he did actually, and I thought that was cool because, and that's actually a good point. Let's talk about that real quick before or after I say this. I made a lot of growth, in those months. Without school, without things, I understood my priorities, and that's where we were put. So the PewDiePie thing, that's actually really interesting. He is the biggest YouTuber, right?
Yeah.
So to look at the way that he's changed over quarantine, he's got fitter, he's got smarter, he's got more caring and more intellectual, and then also, obviously, he's looked into things and grown himself as a person.
Yeah, he's taking the chance, because I feel like I missed out on an opportunity just to go insane.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking, if during quarantine, if I just grinded for 60 miles a week and hit the track, I would just be an insane runner. But then again, on the other hand, I feel like it was necessary for me to suck for a little bit so that I can be good later.
Okay, yeah. And look at that. And you gain that perspective from all of this. Think about it now, though. Do you understand that you can do that now?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. And I think it was just an eye-opener in a huge way for so many people. I just want to say, this year has been crazy. Not ideal in any way, but there's a lot of good that's come out of it. I'm thankful to everybody who's been there for each other and there for me. But for the most part, I think this trash year, this year of a burning pile of tires, was a necessary one in the growth of our people, especially in the United States. We just understood something about each other, and so I wouldn't take it back. I wouldn't. I like where we're at now, and I think as we move forward in the future, The only thing that I would ask is that all those lives that were lost, that they come back. You know, I wish that could happen.
Yeah, of course.
But everything else, you know, I think this was needed. So yeah.
Yeah, a rebirth.
Yeah. So that's the end of the podcast. I'm really thankful for you guys for listening. If you made it this far, please subscribe. My goal is to hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year. Kind of crazy, but I think that we could do it. The last thing that we're gonna do is I have these ghost balls, right?
Yeah, real quick. Can I just say something?
Oh yeah, we have a wreck. My bad. Keep going.
Oh yeah. So cross country needs someone to take pictures of us. Please, someone.
Please. Yes.
And videos. We're just a bunch of sexy men. We just need someone to realize that.
If you're interested, you don't even have to come to every single one.
Yeah, you don't even have to. And just take pictures of us and give us water on our super long runs, and that's all we need. And it'll be sick. Hey, we all got. We're none of us have fat. Okay, we all got abs. Guys, you like abs? Come to cross country. Take pictures of us.
All right. Well, my rec is this company, Just Water. I'm gonna read straight from the back so I don't mess up anything. But I'm really happy with the way that their company has turned out. They are an exceptional company. I think Jaden Smith is a partial owner or full owner of the company. But this is what the back says. It's a system that's out to change everything. We don't pump our water and go. We partner with a small city in upstate New York to buy their excess spring water at 6 times the municipal water rate. Which puts money into their local economy, and then we change it up we package it in a carton made from 54% paper, which is astonishing for a water company. And then look at this, bonkers. And this too, and then 28% plant-based plastic, totaling 82% renewable water. Now, that means it's 74% less carbon emissions versus similar sized plastic bottles. So that's one really quick rec that I wanted to give. If you want to be part of the betterment of our planet, then you know just buy Just Water. It is a carton. It is really convenient. It will sit right in your cup holder. It'll be in your hand easier. It's cheap. It's like $1.29. That's really cheap, and the water is crisp, man. So I really like it. But yeah, so. Another thing we're going to do real quick, too, is, Todd, do you want to give your Instagram handle out there?
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's tasty.todd.
All right, excellent. Me. Yeah, I will be...
post cool stuff.
I'll be putting him on the podcast Instagram. The podcast Instagram is Desert Skies Podcast. Just Desert Skies and then _ I think. I'll check up on that. But and then mine is, my personal Instagram is read_devault. And just follow us, if you like what we've said today. If you like the podcast, please, I'm begging you, just subscribe. It takes no time. You don't have to even, if you sub and then you silence notifications from us, that's fine.
That's cool.
We got a sub from it. If you like what we said today, though, there's more of this coming out, more content like this. I will be interviewing a couple different people here in the month of December. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. The last thing that we're going to do is we have these ghost pepper gumballs, right? And I thought it would be funny that every guest that we have on the show for the month of December will be trying these.
Yeah, and I'm super white. Bro, I can't even... I went to Sub a couple days ago. I can't even...
Oh my gosh, with the habaneros or...
No, with the banana peppers, bro.
You're joking.
I couldn't even,
Dude, this is
I can have
suck.
a couple banana peppers, but, You know what's really spicy, though? Milk? Bro, that stuff hits.
Okay, yeah, so to give you guys some perspective, we are sitting at a desk, and all we got is just, water.
Yeah,
and
we don't got milk, so this is gonna...
We got, Propel.
Yeah, we got sugar water, so that should be really nice.
That should be great.
And milk? Nope, no milk.
But,
all right.
Yeah, thank you guys. We're gonna record this a little bit, and then, we'll try to say bye through the gumballs.
Oh, man, this is gonna suck so bad.
All right, here's one for you.
Are we supposed to chew these?
Dude, this one's so covered.
I'm not eating that one, bruh.
Okay. Let me... Yeah, okay. 3, 2, 1.
Yummy. My tongue is burning.
Already?
It hurts.
Really?
Holy crap.
I'm not feeling it yet. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm feeling that. Oh my gosh, I just swallowed some of it. Thank you guys for listening. Please subscribe. Remember to follow us on Instagram. This has been Desert Sky Podcast. All right, say bye, Todd.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much.